Hello and welcome to another edition of Itineraries in the Nevada Silver Trails. From an award-winning winery to a quaint little old west town to one of the hottest places on earth, welcome to the land of extremes in this 3-day itinerary of Pahrump and Beatty, Nevada. Day 1 itinerary begins 60 miles west of Las Vegas in the town of Pahrump. If you are an avid golfer, arrive in Pahrump early enough to play a round of golf at the award-winning Mountain Falls Golf Course. But if speed is your thing, head across Highway 160 and stop at the Spring Mountain Motorsports Ranch and try your luck around the track in a brand new Corvette. And don't forget to bring your better half, as they do have an outdoor patio with a putting green, a pool area with a jacuzzi, a gym, even a racquetball court, and a shooting range. You can even get a massage at the end of the day. If you prefer off-roading, rent some ATVs and head up into the Spring Mountains, where there's plenty of ATV trails, history, and of course you're going to be sharing the road with some wild horses. Well, it seems like it's been a pretty full day of activities, but make sure you stop by one of the local Pahrump wineries for a little sampling and visit many of the outstanding restaurants in town. After that, grab some rest because day 2 itinerary will take you to the extremes. There are a lot of hotels here and RV parks, as Pahrump is known as the RV capital of Nevada. Go to nevadasilvertrails.com or visit pahrump.com to get a full listing of all the RV parks, motels, and hotels. Day 2 itinerary starts right here in Pahrump, Nevada. We're heading to one of the hottest places on earth, Death Valley. We're going to be going 4 miles northwest on Highway 160, and when we get to Bella Vista Avenue, we'll be making a left turn and heading 25 miles through the pass to Death Valley Junction. This was originally named Amargosa in 1907 and was a railroad town until the 1940s. The Amargosa Hotel is still open for business. The Opera House no longer gives operas, but it's definitely worth stopping and taking a little tour. Now, this place has been on TV several times. Why? Because supposedly there's ghosts that roam the halls. Okay, make a quick right, quick left, heading in 25 miles to Furnace Creek Ranch. Plan on spending an entire day exploring Death Valley National Park. There's over 3 million acres. But this is where you're going to start your trip off. The general store, there's a restaurant here. You can pick up souvenirs. But it definitely gets hot here during the summer. July averages 118 degrees with a low of 86. So make sure you stock up on water. At least a gallon a day per person, and make sure you bring a camera. Right next door is the Furnace Creek Visitor Center. You must stop here. This is where you're going to find all the history of Death Valley. There'll be plenty of park rangers to answer any of your questions, and make sure you pick up all your visitor's guides here. Our first stop after leaving Furnace Creek Ranch will be Badwater. Make a right turn out the driveway. You'll see Furnace Creek Inn on the left-hand side, and on your right side, you'll see Badwater Road. Make a right turn. We're going to head out 17 miles to the lowest point in the Western Hemisphere. That's Badwater, 282 feet below sea level. Badwater Basin is a vast salt flat, and after a heavy rain, a temporary lake forms. It's really surreal to say the least. We are now going to head north to Ubihibi Crater. We are going to go back the way we came in. We're going to go past the Furnace Creek Ranch where we first stopped. If you did not get literature on Death Valley when you were there, stop now. Get all the literature about everything to see in the area. We're taking Highway 190. We're going to be making a right turn at Scotty's Castle Road, which will also be one of our stops, to Ubihibi Crater. Now, this volcano exploded some 3,000 years ago. It was a massive explosion, and when all the dust settled, there was a 770-foot deep crater. Now, although it's easily visible from the paved road, you might want to hike the rim, as there are a lot of other craters surrounding the entire area. If you have the time, continue on down this dirt road 26 miles. You'll come to a dry lake bed. This is called the racetrack. We suggest using an off-road vehicle to get back to this dry lake bed. The racetrack is definitely a sight to see. There's a 73-foot high boulder formation that sits right in the middle of this dry lake bed, and it's known as the grandstand. But the most amazing thing out here is the rocks. Somehow, they mysteriously slide across this dry lake bed, and they leave these long tracks, and no one knows how or why they move. It's a good idea to check with the ranger station about road conditions before you head back here. Our next destination is definitely a must-see when you're here in Death Valley. We're headed to Scotty's Castle. Head back to Ubehebe Crater. Go back down to the junction where it meets Scotty's Castle Road. You're going to be making a left turn. This is a total of 8 miles from Ubehebe Crater. Scotty's Castle is an ornate structure in the middle of one of the most desolate and harsh surroundings. The story goes prospector Death Valley Scotty claimed he built this Spanish-style mansion with gold from his fictitious mine. But in reality, it was a 1920s vacation home for one of his wealthy friends. There are 2 tours given here. Both are 50 minutes long. One is conducted as if the year was 1939. Contact Scotty's Castle for hours of operation. After spending a full day of exploring the absolute beauty of Death Valley, it's time to head to Beatty, Nevada. Make a left turn out of the driveway. Go 27 miles. Highway 95, making a right turn. It's a total of 61 miles to get to Beatty, Nevada. Beatty does have a large selection of hotels, whether it be the Stagecoach Hotel or Casino, or a standalone like the Exchange Club, or restaurants like Casey's Outpost, great sandwiches, Mel's Diner, another really good place to eat. We know you're going to have a good selection to pick from. In fact, you could go to beattynevada.org and get a full list of all the hotels, motels, restaurants, and RV parks. Well, that's it for Day 2 Itinerary Death Valley. It was a full day and included a little over 200 miles. Day 3 itinerary starts right here in Beatty, Nevada. Before heading out of town, let's explore this quaint little old west town. On the north end, we have the Death Valley Nut and Candy Store. This is the largest candy store in the entire state of Nevada, and they have homemade ice cream. If you are into collectibles or antiques, Richfield, the south end of town, all kinds of goodies both inside the store and outside. Time to head over to the Beatty Museum. Beatty was founded at the turn of the century as a supply hub for the Bullfrog Mining District, and so much of that history is just packed into this museum. This is definitely a must-see. To get more information on what there is to see and do around Beatty, stop by the Chamber of Commerce, located right next to the Rebel gas station. Next itinerary is the Bullfrog Mining District and the once booming metropolis of Rhyolite, which is now a ghost town. We are heading 4 miles west on Highway 374. You'll see signs at 4 miles saying Rhyolite to your right. So you will be making a right turn and going 1.3 miles. The John S. Cook Bank Building was one of the most prominent buildings here in Rhyolite. Time and Mother Nature has made the John S. Cook Building just a shell of its former self. Now, there really is a lot to see and explore here in Rhyolite, like the old train depot. There's also the 1906 Harold and Porter General Store. But make sure you stop at the Bottle House. It's right here. Usually there's moderators that can give you a lot of history of the area and guide you over to the 15-acre Goldwell Open Air Museum that sits just below the town of Rhyolite. You really don't know what to expect when you get out here. It is totally amazing. They have been building sculptures out here since 1984, and there's still more in the works. Well, that's it for Day 3 Itinerary Beatty, Nevada. For more information and to see more videos like town tour videos, road tour videos, and more itinerary videos, go to nevadasilvertrails.com, visit Pahrump.com, or beattynevada.org. Thanks for joining us in this 3-day itinerary of Pahrump and Beatty, Nevada, and we'll see you on your next itinerary in the Nevada Silver Trails.